All right, everyone, we are live on LinkedIn, and I'm so excited to be hosting this hackathon jam with these amazing hackathon participants. I've done a couple of LinkedIn lives, but this is the first time doing it with a group of people. So this is exciting, and I'm going to see how it goes. I'm going to kick off by introducing myself and then having everyone else who's participating in this hackathon jam say a little bit about themselves. So I'm Naina. I live in the San Francisco Bay Area. I'm the creator of the All-Women Hackathon, which this is my 8th hackathon, and I kicked it off, or I launched it in 2016. Initially, there used to be in-person hackathons in San Francisco, but then once COVID hit last year, hey Jimmy, good to see you. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. So when the pandemic hit last year, I pivoted to an online platform. So last year's hackathon was Women Hack the Crisis. We had over 100 women participate from across the globe. It was amazing. Then earlier this year, I did a hackathon on International Women's Day during Women's History Month, focused on Choose to Challenge, which was the theme of the International Women's Day 2021. And this month, November, we are hosting Women Hack for Social Impact, and have an amazing international group of women from over 6 countries, I think, participating. And today I have a few of them joining us. So I'm going to have each one very briefly introduce yourself, what you do, where you're calling in from, or where you're from originally. And then once you all introduce yourself, we go into the next question, which will be about the hackathon experience. So right now, just introduce yourself, where you're calling in from, what you do, and is this your first hackathon? How did you hear about the hackathon? So I'm going to call on Karina. So you want to unmute yourself?
Yes. Hi, Nina. How are you doing? Hi, everyone on LinkedIn. I'm Karina Lamar. I am also a software engineer who is a chef nutritionist. As I'm working right now and teaching culinary arts and nutrition. But I focus definitely on this hackathon for this whole month until December, I believe. And I'm very excited. I'm here in Treasure Island in San Francisco, Bay Area, California. Originally from Brazil, grew up in Europe, but I'm very excited to be able to share these ideas and kick off with these amazing ladies.
Awesome, Karina. Thank you for joining us. And you're wearing a chef. Is that a chef? I thought as much. So very cool, and I love that you're stepping out of your comfort zone and doing something not related to your career. So that's really cool. Okay, and next up we have Karen. Karen, if you can do the same, and I just want to say hi, Chika. I'm so Nwani. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Thank you for joining us. Okay, Karen, go ahead.
Hi everyone. Hi everyone on LinkedIn. My name is Karen Ginigeme. I live and work in Nigeria as a product manager in an agricultural tech company. This is my very first hackathon, so I'm really excited about it. I'm super excited also to be working on Karina's very innovative and sustainable project. So yeah, I'm just really looking forward to it all, and I'm very excited about it.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you for joining us all the way from Nigeria. And next up, we have a few more people joining us. I just added them to the stream. So let's go with Jessica. Jessica, if you want to introduce yourself.
I can't hear anything.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jessica Olmos. I am located here in Houston. I am a UX designer. I participated in the hackathon in April, and I'm a mentor for this hackathon.
Thank you. And Jessica's team you won, right? You won your team won the hackathon in April. Am I right?
Yes, that's correct. We won.
Yeah, congrats. And Jessica is going to also be showcasing the winning project at the end of this discussion. So stay tuned. We're going to figure out how you're going to share. Hopefully, you're going to be able to share it. All right. So next we have Venda Chanova, who's also a member of my membership, Her Success Society. She's been very involved in the membership, and I've seen her growth since when she joined the membership, and I'm really excited to have her here, stepping out of her comfort zone and sharing her expertise. So go ahead, Venda.
Yeah, hi, hello to everybody. Hello to everybody at LinkedIn. My name is Venda. I am originally from the Czech Republic. I live in San Francisco, and I have no coding background or no tech. My background is in marketing, sales, furniture, and fashion. But since I'm living in San Francisco, there is the tech culture all around me, and so I kind of keep an eye on it and stay relevant. And I heard about the hackathon from Nina's through her society, and I'm very excited about joining the team that I joined, and so far it looks everything very great. Yeah.
Fantastic. And it's a her success society, Venda, but I know everyone's a little nervous, so you're forgiven.
Okay, thank you.
Right. Thanks, Venda. Okay, next we have Queena Song.
Hi guys, hi everyone on LinkedIn. My name is Queena. I live in San Francisco Bay Area. So my background is actually coming from finance. So last year I decided to switch my career into tech. So I self-taught myself some programming language like Python or Java, and also a little bit of the SQL. And I've been using the Python to build some little project on my side. And yeah, I mean, I originally live in New York. This year I moved to San Francisco in the first time in my life, and I'm really excited to meet a lot of people in here. And it's a really big tech community in here, so I'm really excited to learn more technology skills. And also, yeah, this is my first hackathon. I'm just so excited to be here. I see my teammate like Karina and Karen are in a speaking live today, so I'm really excited to see them and so excited to work on the project.
Thank you so much, Queena. That's fantastic, and I love that you did that career pivot from finance into tech. Good for you, and can't wait to see what
Thank
your
you.
team will come up with on Thursday. All right, next we have Elise. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly.
It's okay. Can you folks hear me?
Yeah. Well, why don't you say your name so we can? Yeah.
So I always tell people I'm like, it's Alyssa without the A at the end, and it's an easy way to pronounce it, or Allie for short. But yeah, hi everyone. My name is Alyssa. I am currently located in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm originally from Hawaii. I moved here about 3 years ago to kind of change the direction I wanted to go in because work in Hawaii is very limited. My background is in behavioral psych. I graduated from Manoa with psychology, and after working for behavioral science for a few years, I recently took the leap this year to shift to the tech world and into software development. So I recently finished a coding boot camp this year with Coding Temple, and so this is my very first hackathon, and I'm super excited to connect with other talented women. And what I love about tech is that, you are never alone, and you're always a part of like a bigger community towards a bigger objective. And so I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ali. And thank you for sharing how, it's very helpful when people give us like tips on how to remember your name. Like people never remember my name, Nina. And then I always say 49ers, the San Francisco football team. And then I say, oh yeah, 49er, Nina. So it's helpful. So thank you for that. And again, excited to have you here and, see what your projects, what you do with this project, which I think has a lot of potential. And finally, we have Camilla. And I think
Hi,
Camilla
everyone.
is from the Netherlands, right?
Yeah, I'm originally from Chile, but I live in the Netherlands. Well, my background is in design, in industrial design specifically, and service design. And just now I'm starting to follow some courses in coding, so like self-taught, just following things like Free Code Camp and I was just really interested to see what the hackathon will be like. And yeah, also this is my first one, so very excited and to see what's going to come up.
Cool. Thank you. Thanks, Camilla, for joining us from, so far away. It's such an international group of women here. Either you live in another country, you're originally from another country, you're connected with other expats. I just love it. All right. So the next question is, we kicked off the hackathon last week. We kicked it off on, the 10th of November. And you've all formed teams, and some of you came up with ideas, and you have teams working on your projects. So I'm going to just leave this open. I know some of you are representing, so you and your team can unmute and talk about your project together. I know Jessica's, she is mentoring a team that's not here today. So Jessica can talk about her experience as a mentor and how she's been helping some of the teams and their ideas. And so so just go ahead, maybe raise your hand so the others know you're going to speak, and then unmute yourself and tell us about your hackathon project, what the challenge is, what you hope the solution will be, where you are in the project right now. So I know Jessica's, she is mentoring a team that's not here today. So Jessica can talk about her experience as a mentor and how she's been helping some of the teams and their ideas. And so so just go ahead, maybe raise your hand so the others know you're going to speak, and then unmute yourself and tell us about your hackathon project, what the challenge is, what you hope the solution. I don't know what's going on. Where you are in the project. Karina, go ahead. Yeah.
I'll just go first. Let's get out of it. So I just think I forgot to tell you that I was originally a nutritionist and chef, and then I went off away for about 10 years to do software engineering, and then I'm back again in nutrition. But
cool.
That's my background. Yeah, so it's been doing for a while. But talking about the project, so our challenges, I would like also Karen and Quina to talk, because I love to hear from them. So our challenge is really to, I don't see much as a challenge, but I think it's the technical part. I would like to know how we can find a mentor, or if we are assigned to mentors or not. And the project itself, basically, we are changing the way sustainability is going, teaching kids and adults how we can do things in terms of the funeral industry. How can we be more sustainable? And we would like to do this in a gaming set. So yes, I'm open to questions because I can't keep talking forever about this project. I've been doing for 10 years now, and finally we get into the tech environment and to make it accessible to everyone in this world, hopefully.
Does anyone else from the team want to add anything? I know Karen and who else is from the Quina. Do you guys want to add anything to the project, or what's it like working as a team?
Yeah. Yeah, sorry. I was just gonna add something that I mean, so far our team members just actually scheduled for a Zoom call on this coming Wednesday. Since everybody lives in a different time zone, and then we want to find the best time for everyone and to discuss that, like, how do we gonna distribute the work, and then how do we gonna like focus on the technical part for our gaming project. And then I also one of the challenge, like Karina mentioned, we're not sure if we're going to be assigned for mentor to like kind of guide us how to finish our project or not. I think so far we have one product manager in our team, and then also one software engineer. And then for me, I will consider myself as a backend engineer. And then also we have and one UX designer, and she's not here today, but yeah, so everybody is very helpful. Karen, do you want to add something?
Yes, so Kina already said, the bulk of what I was going to say. We are still in the very early stages of like setting up communication channels and getting to know each other and just getting more familiar with Karina's idea. And so far, it's been really great, So on Wednesday, we'll be having our first meeting. We'll be bringing all our ideas so far and just seeing how we can progress with the project.
Awesome. So yeah, we'll discuss that offline because this is really the questions are not for me here. So the discussion is on the projects, and any other questions you have, we'll talk about outside of this. So that sounds great, and I'm glad. Also remember you all are pitching on Thursday to the judges, so you have to have your slides and your initial project ready to share with the judges on Thursday. All right. So who else? Okay, so who else who hasn't spoken and wants to talk about their project, what it's about, the experience? Yeah. Just unmute yourself when you're ready to speak, or raise your hand first so the others know that you're speaking, and then go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna start talking, I guess. So we are working on a project that's inspired by the creator of the project, Laura. She has ADHD. I joined because I also have ADHD, and we were both also diagnosed later in life. And we would like to help women that are going through a similar situation than us, because this is something that happens more often than you would like to. Help them navigate this process of suspecting that you have ADHD, then going through like the maybe self-diagnose, or finding your peers, finding people like you, and try to navigate the amount of information that gets very difficult, especially if you have ADHD. Gets very difficult to navigate when you're just starting to get to know about the condition. Biggest challenges so far have been the time zone because people are busy, and in the end the only way to meet with everyone has been like one by one. Maybe we haven't been able to meet with everyone, but somehow we are managing, and slowly the project is taking form. That will be it for now.
Thanks for sharing. And yes, that is a challenge with different time zones, but that's what the future work that looks like, and what it'll also look like, right? Working with different teams. And I know you have limited time, but this is a third virtual hackathon we've hosted, and I'm always so amazed and impressed with the projects, the teams come up with at the end of the 7 days, and how they've managed to collaborate. So even if you don't get to meet in person, doing it through email, WhatsApp, whatever your form of communication is, you can still put together a project. I mean, it's the world has shrunk thanks to all these different platforms to be able to communicate. So thanks for sharing, Camilla. And I think I saw Shruti raise a hand, and then Venda, and I think Ali too hasn't spoken, if I'm not mistaken. And I know Shruti and Ali are working on the project together. So maybe you guys can both unmute together, or you can do it one at a time and speak about your project. And we'll do Venda. Thanks.
Hi, everyone. I'm sorry I was not able to join on time. I didn't understand the LinkedIn Live, but I learned it today. So thank you, Nana, for having me here. My name is Shruti, and this is also my first hackathon, coming especially from I started my career in the financial space and then moved into the technology, but still in the business side of things. So coming from sales and in whatever the industry that I worked in, I still stayed in sales. So this is my first time working on a product. And it's so refreshing. I was just talking to my teammate, Elise. We were working on this project, and it's so awesome to work on something that we're passionate about and also meet people who are equally enthusiastic and equally passionate about it. So I am very grateful for Hackathon and for Naina to have me here and participate. So we are working on something that's really, really close to our heart, and also coming out of the year that we had in 2020 and going through it in 2021. I think wellness is all around wellness is such an important topic. I also work in tech, but I also am a health and wellness coach. I teach fitness classes, so I come across people struggling with their mental health or with their physical health to get out and do things, to keep surviving, in a healthy way. So I'm a community builder, so I work with many people in my community. So this concept that we are building, where we are connecting, there are different pillars of wellness that we are trying to approach by connecting with local resources, and Ali can speak a little bit more into it, but that whole overview of it is connecting with different local resources and also having an accountability coach where you're not just connecting to the resources, but how are you keeping track of your activity, and also have someone kind of guide you through that process, either our app, or if you want to go into getting an advanced coach, all that resources will be available. And that's the whole idea. And we're excited to work on this and see what comes out of it. I'll pass it on to Ali.
Yeah, so Shruti and I actually connected because we're both. I'm a not health and fitness coach, but I'm a board certified health coach. My background, I used to be a coach for Noom, and this idea came from my capstone project that I did in boot camp, because I saw an issue in my clients. And when it comes to behavior change, it can be really challenging to, change your habits. And so Shruti and I kind of connected over, tackling your habits and like changing your life and working on your mental health from a more holistic standpoint. So we kind of like went over, the pillars of health and how everyday habits, from changing, your diet to, incorporating more water in a day, getting more movement, doing more things that are joyful for you, can impact your mental health as a whole. And so the project tackles at, self-autonomy and being able to work on habits in a way that is more, I guess, a little bit smaller scaled, and then also being connected to resources in the community, so that you are supported. Because, coming out of this pandemic, like Shruti said, it has been, I feel like a lot of people were challenged with facing their mental health because they weren't as busy and they were isolated. And so a lot of good has come out of it, because mental health is something, I'm really passionate about, and I want to see, talked about in everyday conversations like personally and in the workspace. And so this project kind of rounds up everything together so that we can build on that effort.
Fantastic. That sounds great. And again, much needed. So thank you for sharing that. And glad both of you connected over a hackathon, like I know some of the other teams do, right? It's interesting how, your ideas and projects bring people together because you're passionate, especially with topics like social impact, where, someone's passionate about something that you're also passionate about, and then you can collaborate and create these amazing projects. So thanks for sharing that. And finally, we have Venda. You want to go ahead, Venda?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I joined a project that was brought by Dunya, who is a young, talented woman and with great passion to her project. And it's about Afghan women arriving in Pakistan as refugees. And they have a minimal guidance on how to survive and thrive in Pakistan. So I was drawing from my design thinking experience that I gained in the classes at Creative Life. And first we were learning about each other. Then we, in Friday, Saturday, set up the communication channels. And yesterday we had a group meeting on Zoom, which was like 3.5 hours big brainstorming. And what we were doing, we were mapping the refugee journey, and we were looking for the pain points, and then we were looking for the problems and looking for the solutions. And then we were trying to apply to some software-centric solution that there are so many available and such. As far as I understand, we are 2 non-coding people on a group and one with some knowledge about data modeling. So we were brainstorming everything all together, and we will continue until Wednesday and until the presentation on Thursday.
Awesome, thank you. And that sounds like a very powerful project too. And I know I read about one of your team members, I think it's Mariam, who is a refugee from Afghanistan and was recently featured in, I don't know, recently, a few years ago, featured in the Forbes of how she and her family were able to escape from Afghanistan to the US. So I'm sure she's going to be able to give you a lot of input as well. All right. So with that being said, I'm trying to think of if there's anything anyone wants to share about, what made you join the hackathon? What do you hope to do once this hackathon is done? Like, do you want to take the project to the next level, or how are you going to showcase your experience if you're looking for a job? Like, I know Shruti, I'm showcasing you because I know you're looking for a product manager job. So hopefully anyone listening to this will think, oh, wow, look, she stepped out of the comfort zone. She's working on a project. She's doing product development with Ali and the rest of her team. So, it could be maybe taking the project to the next level, maybe just, kicking your imposter syndrome to the curb. What made you, and I know some of you briefly shared what made you join the hackathon, but, I think my whole goal with, why I do these events with women is because I think so many of us do suffer from, again, I bring up imposter syndrome, but if you look at my LinkedIn headline, I call myself the imposter syndrome disruptor, because that's what I do with my events. I bring women on stage or on virtual platforms, so I can showcase your expertise, help you get over your fears. Like, and that's why I did this today. I was like, I want to give all my hackathon participants who are active on LinkedIn, who are doing projects, to be out there and be on LinkedIn Live so people can hear about you. And even if you're nervous, I think maybe Camilla, someone wrote they were nervous, and you're all doing so great. So we all do something because we have a mission or a goal. So what is your goal after you're done with this hackathon? And this now is the time you can do a little self-promotion without being too salesy, but what do you hope to achieve? And also, would you recommend this hackathon to anyone else? Because our next hackathon will be during Women's History Month in March, and why? So just go one at a time. I'm going to mute myself. And if I'm looking down, it's because I'm reading comments on our LinkedIn Live on my phone. And so I keep looking down to respond to people, but I'm still paying attention. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Nana. Since you called out my name, I'll just get started. I just want to give a quick shout out to Nana. She is very true about imposter syndrome disruptor. Few years ago, I think many years ago, I think when I changed my career from financial to technology space, she had given me a call and said, I would like for you to come on to our panel discussion and share a little bit about your transition from your career transition. And I think many people will benefit from it. And I remember asking her, instead of, when I read the email and all of that she wrote about me, I said, did you reach the right Shruti? Is this mistaken? Because I was so not thinking about myself as someone can go on a panel and give career advice or any sort of advice to a room full of people. And then I was like, I know who you are. I mean, yeah, I read your LinkedIn. I know exactly. And that was my first time being on a panel. And ever since then, I have been on many panels. But I have to say that was, I don't know if I would say it as imposter disruptor only, because she actually given me a space and opportunity. And I think that's what she does to many of us. She reaches out, she invests time in learning about your background, and that's what has done exactly to Hackathon. When I saw her being so active on LinkedIn, and I am in a career transition again. I'm taking it from business to now going into product. I saw that she was hosting a hackathon, and I reached out to, she was looking for volunteers. So at this point, I'm still, imposter syndrome is real, right? Even at this point, I wasn't thinking that I'll be one of the participants. I wanted to help her out with the event, do any background work or anything that she needed help with. And she suggested, well, this is a great opportunity for you to be on a hackathon. And I've been working on a idea for a very long time, nurturing it, but not knowing what to do with it. And when she mentioned, and she gave me that little nudge that so many of us need. I do that for so many people in the fitness, but Naina does that to me in my professional. She'll connect me with some amazing women all around the globe. She'll give me an opportunity. She also has done that to me in the fitness space. She always thanks me for me being supportive on hers, but it's the energy is just, it's a cycle. We all help each other. And that's how I met Ali. And my internet was so choppy, but even in that little moment, that space that was created was able to give me that connection. So for anyone listening out thinking that I don't know what is hackathon, I don't know what this is, reach out to one of us, find out what it is. It is a great space for you to get on board and just put some of these ideas, even if you don't think you have enough skills, there's always room for contribution. And I think I was telling that to Ali just this morning, that there's always something you could contribute. There's like, find the opportunity, and that's what we are here for. And we absolutely want to take this project into further after the hackathon as well, because this has been our passion for so long, and it would be a shame if we don't put in all we have into this. So, and it's a great opportunity for me to be in this space connecting with all these brilliant minds. So thank you again, and I'll pass it on to others.
I have to respond to that, Shruti. Thank you so much. I have goosebumps. So thank you for your kind words, and thank you for amplifying my voice as well. This is supposed to be a platform for you to amplify your own voice, but you did. I appreciate that, and I'm so glad that, you know, I didn't even realize that the first time you spoke, you had not spoken before. So I'm great, and I'm hoping if this is the first time all of you are speaking on LinkedIn Live on a virtual platform, this is the start of your speaking career. Again, you don't have to be a thought leader, you don't have to be an influencer. Anyone can, you know, teach or go live or speak. You know, if you have value to add to the audience, and that even if you can inspire one woman or man, you can inspire anyone, you've made a difference. So and this hackathon is a great way to do that. So thank you so much, Shruti. I'll mute myself so everyone else can share what they hope to get out of this hackathon and why they would recommend it. The next hackathon's in March, so why they would recommend other people joining it. Thank you.
I'd love to piggyback with Shruti, because she had made some like excellent points on, you know, this being a space for women to, you know, not somebody, you don't have to have like a tech background to contribute. I was a little bit worried because when we first opened the space, you know, we had to sign up as soon as we could. And I noticed that my pitch had filled up fast, and we had 2 product managers and 3 developers. And the 3 of us aren't, you know, it's not that we aren't experienced, but we don't have like a very, like a lot of professional background. But coming, you know, as I got to know the team, and, you know, as much as we've collaborated, I've learned that because we come back from so many different backgrounds, you know, Shruti with finance, we have a few other members, you know, from, you know, just product management, and, you know, we have like developers with different language backgrounds. It was so awesome just seeing like this small idea I had, because when I initially did my project, I just had like this habit tracker in mind, you know, and it became something so expansive and so diverse. It really blew my mind, like what everybody was able to bring to the table. And you know, this hackathon, my very first one, is such a great experience to kind of like, you know, amplify our own voices. You know, I'm someone who's normally pretty shy, you know, I keep to myself. And, you know, this is the first time I've ever led a project. You know, I'm doing things I've never done before. I'm doing things that, like, I've never imagined myself to do, and it's really exciting to see myself in this space. So, if you are somebody who wants to, even give it a try and work outside of your comfort zone and a means and efforts to grow, like this is the best platform to do it. So I'm super stoked to see myself like in this position and, really doing things that I didn't think I could do. So thank you, Nina, for providing this.
I think just adding to what Alisa and Shruti have said, it's so true. I remember seeing a comment on LinkedIn from one of the participants or mentors, I'm not really sure who, something about, in the past, when you hear about a hackathon, you think a bunch of people wearing glasses trying to hack into Facebook or something. That's like the idea I've had for the longest time. Oh, maybe you need to know how to code, or maybe it's a thing for just boys, or that kind of thing. But when I saw the flyer from Nina, and it was so welcoming, it was like, you don't need to have a technical background, you don't need to know how to code. Come meet with women from diverse backgrounds, from different places. It felt like a really safe space, to not be afraid of who you are or what you know, or, and I'm definitely going to be recommending this hackathon and even other hackathons to so many people, because you just never know like who you're going to meet. It's a place to come and share your idea, even though it's not like some big idea, you never know how it can grow and the contributions other people can make. And even, just like Alice said, if you're very shy and you like to keep to yourself, it's a way to come out of your comfort zone a bit. I mean, I'm on LinkedIn Live. Who would have thought, right? I'm making better use of my LinkedIn, connecting with people. So it's a really good experience. And I'm just hoping, like moving forward, I can participate in more things like this, be more open-minded, be willing to build more products outside of what I do currently in my 9 to 5, and just connect with more people and share ideas and stuff. So thank you, Nina, for creating this very safe space for us to share our ideas, work on other people's projects, and just connect with women from very diverse backgrounds.
Hi, I would like to hop in. So I completed the hackathon back in April. And the reason I joined the hackathon was I have a mechanical engineering background, and I worked in the energy sector for 10 years. So I was trying to do a career change. I realized I really like design. I'm very process oriented. So I had done some studies for a UX designer, had just completed that, starting off my master's, but I still just wanted something more and just wanted to be able to use my skills. But when I saw the hackathon and Nina and just the kickoff meeting, it was just so different to find just a group of welcoming women that all empower each other. And we have such a diverse group of backgrounds and experiences, but it was so intriguing to find how we all interlinked together, and we were able to figure out what our strengths were, learn from each other, and just being able to have this be global. And it's all virtual. We can jump in on a Zoom call or Slack and just be working together. It's just so empowering to see that and have that group of women within our group, as well as I was able to meet other people in other groups too. And we were able to discuss like their experience through the hackathon. And it was interesting because depending on the technical skills that we had in our groups, we approached each project differently, but it was so intriguing to see what the projects were. I thought that some of the ideas were just so intriguing, and just knowing that we're making a difference and knowing that these ideas are for the better for all of us, it was just so empowering. And, after the hackathon, half of my group, including myself, we were able to transition into new jobs, and jobs that we absolutely love. So it was definitely a career booster, a confident booster, and really just attending the seminars that Nina provides, and just the feedback and just the encouraging and knowing you have like a cheerleader, and not just a cheerleader in your group, but you have a coach and all these other women that are here with you. I think it was just so empowering. And I think some of the things that I've heard a lot is coding. Like that can be a challenge, and people may shy away from it, from coding. But I wanted to just emphasize that, like, our group, we didn't do coding. We didn't do any coding. We did some prototypes, and we were still able to win. So I don't want anybody to shy away from any challenges that they may seem. There's always a way.
All right, just Karine here. So just going what Jessica said, I can't wait to get to that position where you were, that you're, I can't wait to meet Karen and Karina, and we haven't met yet in terms of learning about each other and everything we can do. So this is my first hackathon. I never mentioned, but it's my first hackathon, and I joined it because, it's when you have an idea, it's very lonely and you can't do everything by yourself. And so when I saw that, it's like Nina, I met Nina a long time ago in San Francisco. I just attended one of her, I think it was just a pitching. It wasn't really a hackathon kind of thing. But I saw the power and so many people getting together with these ideas and making a difference and making an impact in our society. I've started with this idea a long time ago. It started with the mental health, like Elise and Shruti is doing. Like I said, my background is in nutrition and wellness, and I became a chef after that, and then a software engineer. But before that, I was really asking myself why people were so depressed in the United States. I mean, everywhere, of course. And one of the biggest reasons, depression, suicide attacks, and things like that, it has to do with anxiety. And so one of the biggest reasons of those anxieties is when we don't understand and accept that this life is not forever. Our body is going to be gone sometime, and we are very uncomfortable with that topic. And so I thought maybe, if we were kids and we were learned that somebody told us that this is just part of life, and we're all energy and vibration. So I felt so strong when Nina invited, or she put the word out there. I said, I need to share this idea and this with the world. And I just can't wait to see, what we're capable of and what we can do to help each other. I'm very much looking forward to this. And that's the reason that I joined the hackathon. So I'm looking forward to that.
Very good say, Karina. Yeah, so I also want to share the reason why I joined Hackathon is actually because I got introduced by one of my friend, Megan. So there's one time I was actually in LinkedIn and I saw that Megan was actually having a interview section with Nina, and then I was actually get to join the interview and then hear about Megan's experience, and then how does she get into the tech industry? How was her first experience joining the hackathon? And it's just kind of really inspired me to thinking about would I be able to also join one hackathon, because after I connect with her and then she was telling me about all kind of awesome story, she got a job offer after the hackathon, and it just kind of pushed me to also want to try it out, because during that time I was actually trying to transition into tech, and then I'm trying to find one of the tech opportunity out there. So yeah, it's kind of just pushed me to get into hackathon. But even now, I really got a offer from some company, but I feel like this is one of the great opportunity for me to step out of my comfort zone, to learn more about coding and learn more about experience, collaborate with people, and just basically networking also.
I just want to add real quick. So when I met Queena, when those little rooms, chat rooms, it was like instant. We have this passion for sustainability and a better, greener world. I just want to say that I forgot Queena, but I had a very wonderful connection with her right away. So I can't wait.
Yes, I would like to share my experience with hackathon too. This is basically my first ever hackathon, so I'm a rookie to hackathon, to digital hackathon, and to women-only event online. And I really feel comfortable. I attended the pre-hackathon orientations. I did some self-study about hackathon culture, and I just want to say that this is very wonderful experience. The project that I chose, I think it just came from my gut because it's in a stage that, it kind of a match also like my like a starting position, because we were developing the idea, we were developing basically the content of the future tech or coding product. So basically, I'm very happy about that, and I want to thank Naina that she brought something what before exists only outside, not in the digital world. So she brought it into the digital space, which I think is also good, because in times like these, we don't have that many opportunities to actually connect or network. So thank you for that. It's really, really helpful. And I would recommend it to anybody who has no coding experience, because I just learned that they are actually app making apps that, like a Glide, where basically, there are templates, what I just so far learned, that, you can apply to your idea. So yeah, it's a very good experience, and I would definitely recommend it.
I think I'm the last one. Yeah, for me, the experience has been like other people have said, not having so much coding experience. I was a little bit afraid, but once the project started, I kind of found my place in the group and could apply my background in service design and try to complement the other two members in their own skills. So I think we have, yeah, I think everyone else has said like almost everything. I felt very comfortable in the opening also with Naina. Made me feel very like, I don't know, just this detail that you said, like, can you turn on your cameras? It doesn't matter if you I don't know, if your hair is messy or whatever, just don't worry. We're always worrying so much, and that made me feel like so much at ease, that it was very refreshing experience for me just to kick off the hackathon like that. So yeah, that will be my added comment to that.
Thank you so much, ladies. That was all very inspiring, and I hope for those listening, they'll be motivated by what you all shared. It's also been an opportunity for me to experiment with LinkedIn Live with a larger group. In fact, I'm sorry, but I've been hacking while you've been speaking. If you notice, your name suddenly turned red, like the bubble became a different format. So I was playing with the branding. So it's like, we're lifelong learners, right? We have to, every opportunity that we do, we also try to figure out new things to do with that opportunity. And you guys took this opportunity but also gave me a chance to try out LinkedIn Live with a larger group of women. So thanks for that as well. So you've all shared some amazing stories of your experiences, what brought you to the hackathon, why you'd recommend it. What I'd encourage you to do is all of you to share a link to your LinkedIn profile in the comments. And because if there are people watching now or later, because this will stay on LinkedIn, I'm assuming forever, unless I take it down. It's also streaming onto YouTube and into Her Success Society. Sorry, not so. I have a Facebook group called Step Up, Stand Out, and Stride into Your Success, which is all focused on helping women to be more successful and get out of their comfort zone, which you all, shared very powerfully about. And so now, before we close, I'd like for Jessica to share her projects, her winning projects. And Jessica was, part of the previous hackathon in April. I thought it'd be nice for all of you to see her project. I'm not sure if you got a chance to. So let's stand by while Jessica shares it. So Jessica, do you see the share button at the bottom?
Yes.
Okay, so let's see how this goes. Thank you.
Okay. Oops. So can you guys still see my Let's Disco?
I'm going to add it to the stream. Let's see if it works. Okay, very cool. Oh, wow. Yes.
Okay, perfect. So our project is called Let's Disco. So our project was for the hackathon in April, and it was for empowering women. So we decided to go and address a challenge. One of the obstacles is that there are several immigrants, refugee women that have troubles learning English after arriving to the U.S. Some of the challenges are, they are the caretakers of a family, or the family just has one car and the husband is taking the car to their work. So they're left without transportation. They don't really know the language very well, so they can't always make it to a live class. So Let's Disco was a free online English tutors for refugee women. Our purpose and motivation, many of, like I said, many of them are caretakers. Many of the women may not have enough funds for a private tutor or access to transportation. It's really hard to find experienced English tutors available to help. And we did some interviews with some women, some immigrant women, and we realized that 50% of refugee women, did not leave their homes alone for the first 6 months. So it really just, it's a challenge to come to a new country and learn a new language. So we proposed to offer free online English tutors to refugee women. This was a way to to connect these women to tutors, one that is simple and presented in their language and adaptively designed to be navigable on a computer, tablet, or cell phone. We realized in our interviews what were the easy access, and it ranged anywhere from computer to tablet to cell phone. So we try to incorporate that. We also look to see how comfortable our users would be with technology, what it would be based off of, whether it would be Zoom, WhatsApp, just different ways of communication. So how would it work? So Let's Disco website pairs students with certified ESL instructor based off of tutor availability and scheduling for both. So both students and instructors connect and set up weekly time to begin their lesson plans. The application would be initially developed as a single page web application with React and Next. We would then expand to a mobile application built on React Native and Ruby on Rails. Both applications would be hosted on scalable infrastructures in AWS that can scale with demand. And, here's an example of our prototype. So here's just an image. So what you'll see is there's different cards for different people, for different tutors that you can, this is what a user would see. So they would be able to see and select their different tutors. So look at the availability that they have and see if it matches the time that they need it. As well as, just making it responsive into a mobile app as well. So we selected the name Let's Disco, move to a new beat, learning English, because disco is borrowed from the Latin, meaning to perfect, active, to learn, either learn or go away to study and practice. And this was our team. So our team consisted of 4 UI UX designers. We had a software engineer, an art director and copywriter, and a director of engineering. So we used constantly Figma, Slack, Google Suite, and Miro InDesign, and of course Zoom. And for our Zoom chats, like everybody's mentioned, you know, whether it was messy here or not, things going on in the background, we had our cameras on just so that we had more of that personal touch and made it feel like we were in a group together. That's it.
All right. That was really good. Thank you again, Jessica, for sharing that. That worked really well. And I hope that has inspired all our current hackathon participants, because I know you'll be pitching on Thursday. So, and again, Jessica, I know some of you asked about mentoring. Jessica is one of the mentors. I shared the link to all the mentors with you, so you can reach out to any mentor and they will support you based on your availability. All right, so we are at the end of the 1 hour. You ladies did great, and excited to see you all on Thursday, where you will pitch your hackathon your projects to our panel. So till then, good luck, and thank you all again for joining me. And this recording is, this is going to be recorded, so if your friends and network couldn't join it, you know, they can still see it later, or either on my profile or the link that I sent you. Okay, bye everyone. Thank you. Have a wonderful rest of the day, and thank you to all those who joined us for this LinkedIn Live. I saw quite a few people, so thank you. Okay, bye. Take care.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.